What's up, guys? Avatic here with a brand new video, this time on the other side of Scarlet Monastery, as we call Armory. In this video, I'm going to show you my perspective of running all of Armory in one pool. I'm going to show you my gear and my talents. First off, in Arcane Tree, Magic Absorption is the key talent for all these instance runs, and we go all the way down into Arcane Meditation here. On the Frost Tree, we're just going to go all the way down into Barrier. This spec is what we call as Barrier Meditation. It's probably the best passive regen spec. The gear for the Scarlet Monastery is not really needed to be that well. You can get away with just having all of Eagle gear, so you really just want to make sure you have good health and good mana for these pools. More or less, whenever you block with all the mobs, if you come out of the ice block and you don't die, that's a good key element to say, hey, my gear is perfect for this, because you should only take damage as you come out of ice block, and everything else you can kind of set up where you won't take as much damage later on in the pool. So I'm going to man up here, and as we see, I want to make sure I have my gem ready. I want to make sure that I have ice armor up, arcane intellect, and dampen magic. Now these two mobs, you're going to notice that you can't really run by them unless you blink, but I don't like to keep them alive because there are times where if you're running your friends or guildies, you will come into a situation where these guys will get pulled. So I like to make sure I kill these right off the bat so that we don't have to deal with any aggro issues down the road. And it makes it much easier and successful every time. Now that those mobs are dead, we can make our way to the end of the instance by Herod's room, where we'll begin the one pool. Now, as you're running to the end of the instance, there are going to be some pats that walk through these hallways. You want to make sure to avoid them at all costs. If you are to pull one of them, what I always do is just consider the pull to start right there, where I pull that pat, and then take it all the way to the beginning instance and just clear it. So the safest way, you can, if you pull a pat, just keep running to the end and then circle all the way back. It is much more challenging. You can do that if you wish, but it doesn't always end successfully. As you see here, you can avoid this pat by running up and jumping up to the side, and then as the pat runs by, fall down and run right through. Now we're getting up to the second to the last hallway, where a lot of people like to begin their one pool, but I'm going to show you what the one pool is like from Herod's room. And as we get to the end of the hallway, I'm going to mana up, recheck to make sure I have mana gem, ice armor, arcane intellect, and dampen magic. Now what I like to do is let my ice barrier come off cooldown before I start the pool. This way, when I do take damage, I can already reapply barrier and not really have to worry too much and get that extra 800 damage absorption. I'll pull here with Wand on the far pat, get him as well, and the rest of the mods I'll be pulling with Arcane Explosion. Rank 1 Arcane Explosion here to conserve mana. And as we're doing the Arcane Explosion pulls, we want to make sure that we're getting max range away from the mobs so that we're pulling them at the greatest distance. This will avoid getting hit from a lot of the mobs all at once. You can Nova here when everything gets really condensed. Now when I go down the stairs, I'll Arcane Explosion here to get this one at max range. Hey guys, make sure that you're jumping when you do the Arcane Explosion, because you're going to get an extra 20% range on it. And this will allow you to get a little bit more leeway away from the mobs. Now on this last corner pat, you'll have to CS it like that. This way, that's the only way you can really get it without taking a lot of damage. You can want it, but you're going to have all the mobs condense on you, and it won't end very well. Now, cutting the corners at 45s when we're in the courtyard, jumping in between the pillars as we're pulling the mobs that are within the courtyard. And here's the scary part. Everything's coming at you full force. And now you have to blink to get past all the mobs to avoid any of the damage. Now we're going to Arcane Explosion the last pack and get set up for the ice block. Once you get in position, I usually ice block here because it's very easy to just backpedal out and Nova them and take the least amount of damage. Once they all consolidate, you'll see me back up, Nova, and I did not get any resist, so that's very good. Position myself, do my first Blizzard. Now the only point we're trying to get here to now is we want to have Frost Nova come off cooldown. So after the first Blizzard, you can step back a little bit and get a little bit more leeway to start your next Blizzard. And all I'm looking for here now is my Frost Nova, which just came off cooldown. They're going to see me do Cone of Cold to get a little extra damage in, and then reapply a new Frost Nova. Now what I didn't do here that I should have was reapply Fire Ward. Now what that's going to do is prevent any pushback when you're channeling Blizzards. I just see the very end of that Blizzard got chunked off, and I try to do it again, and as you see here, instantly stop the channeling. If I would have had Fire Ward up, I would have not taken any of the pushback, and these guys would have died much quicker. But more or less, if you can get 3 full blizzards off, all the mobs will start running anyways. And after you collect the mobs, that's going to be the Scarlet Monastery Army 1 pull. I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to watch the video today. If you like this type of content, make sure to subscribe to see upcoming videos. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave that in the comment section below for me. And if you want to see this content live, you can check out my live stream at twitch.tv/avatic. Other than that, guys, I want to thank you guys once again for watching, and have a great day.